everybody? Happy Friday Eve. I have to say, I am exhausted today. I got 8 offers on my listing that I just put on. Had to go through them all yesterday with my sellers until they picked the winning offer. And I bet right now you're rolling your eyes, and I don't blame you. But I work with buyers too, so I feel your pain. So today's video is all about that. When are prices gonna go down? When is this bubble gonna burst, or is it? And stay tuned till the end, because I'm gonna share some of my thoughts of what happened yesterday, of how the winning offer won, and what the other offers really could have done better. So let's just dive right in. When will prices drop? This question gets searched over 5,000 times a month on Google and gets over 950,000 results. So in this video, we're gonna break it down and let you know what you really need to know about the housing bubble. Google reported last week that the question, when is the housing market gonna crash, spiked 2,450% in the last month. At the start of this month, 42% of the homes were selling higher than the list price, according to CNBC. This was 16 percentage points higher than the same month a year ago. And the most telling indication that we may be in a bubble, how much over asking price should I offer on a home in 2021, jumped 350% in that same week. So we all know by now that we have a housing inventory shortage. It's kind of like Groundhog Day.
What the hell?
You wake up, you think it's going to change, and nope, it's the same news lines, it's the same headlines again and again. What we don't know is, when is the inventory going to loosen up? When are we going to have more houses to sell? Ben Grabowski, the president of data and analytics at Black Knight, says, any hopes of 2021 bringing in an influx of homes on the market and lessening the pressure on prices appears to be dashed for now. Even as mortgage rates start to tick up to the highest they've been so far this year, it still doesn't seem to have slowed down the housing market. In fact, I kind of think it's gotten worse. I mean, mind you, we are in our peak selling season, the spring season, so there are more houses coming on the market, but the demand seems to be even higher and the prices seem to be even more inflated. A house I put on yesterday went for the percentage over asking a lot more than a house I put on a month ago. The current housing shortage also has to do with the moratorium on foreclosures and the fact that home builders just can't keep up with the long-term demand. Builders would need to construct between 1.1 and 1.2 million homes a year to keep up with this long-term demand. So taking all this into account, there is no doubt that with the continued supply-demand imbalance, prices are going to continue to go up, especially now in 2021, but I think also going into 2022. So the big question is, when will it change? Some good news for buyers right now, because like I said, we're in the spring market, and every week I'm seeing more and more houses come on the market to take advantage of the beautiful azaleas and the beautiful weather and all the greenery. So there is more houses to choose from right now. In addition, new construction of single-family homes is expected to be up this year. The downside is that because lumber prices have gone up so much since the pandemic, they are going to be more expensive to buy. And in some cases, I've seen builders not release lots until they're almost halfway built to create a bidding war even on those new construction homes. But I wouldn't disregard the new construction, because for some people, and I have several clients doing this right now, it is the best option due to the lack of resale homes. Some other factors that may help create more inventory and make a more balanced market. Well, many believe that the vaccine rollout will help ease sellers' apprehensions and help them feel more comfortable putting their houses on the market. Additionally, an improving economy is maintaining upward pressure on mortgage rates the last couple of months. In February 2021, the unemployment rate was little changed at 6.2%, much lower than the April 2020 highs, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. A recently issued forecast from the Mortgage Bankers Association predicted that mortgage rates will be higher in 2022 than they are right now, and they may be substantially higher than the lower rates we saw at the beginning of the year. At the start of this year, mortgage rates dropped as low as 2.65% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. In March 2021, research team at Freddie Mac wrote, as expected, mortgage rates continue to inch up but are still hovering around 3%, keeping interested buyers in the market. Going forward, a rise in rates could help cool this red-hot housing market. If borrowing costs climb over the next couple months, we could see a drop in demand from home buyers. It's another key factor that could affect the housing market in 2022. Add that to the rising prices of the homes, and this could really create a cooling effect. It's just the way it is. With fewer and fewer people being able to afford to buy a home, it reduces the demand and therefore can calm the market down. So the long and short of it is that I really don't see any bubble bursting anytime soon. I do think this crazy market will calm down a bit in 2022 when sellers are more comfortable putting their homes on the market. And unfortunately, when some people are going to have to sell because they are now paying their mortgage again because they're not on forbearance anymore. So when you create more inventory, that's when the market's going to balance out. But does this help you right now? It doesn't. So let's get into some of my tips on what you can do right now to take advantage of these interest rates, because they will go up in order to create this balanced market. So let's get into it. So after going through all these offers yesterday, I'm going to tell you what you should do and what you really shouldn't do. So let's start with the positives. What can you do to make your offer the winning offer? Well, I got to tell you, there's a lot of tricks and tips that people are saying all over the internet. Do this, do that. The bottom line is the highest price is going to win. Unless the prices are pretty much equal between you and another offer or another two offers, then other terms will come into it. But the sellers want to net the most money. There's no secret there. But how can you give sellers more money without overinflating the price and having to deal with appraisal issues? This is something that's interesting that I saw in some of the offers from yesterday. One thing you can do, rather than inflate the price higher, is offer to pay the seller's closing costs. Not just their transfer and recordation taxes, but all of their closing costs, which if you're in the DMV, the DC, Maryland area, is going to be about 1.5% of the purchase price. So the net for the seller is going to be 1.5% higher without the fear of that higher price when it comes to appraisals. And if you want to get it even more aggressive than that, without pushing that price too high, you can offer to pay commission. You can offer to pay the whole thing, the seller side and the buyer side, or part of it, or just the buyer side, if you have the cash to do it. Because remember, right now, the sellers are paying both sides of the commission. So these are just ways to give the seller's net higher, but still protect your loan as far as appraisal issues if it goes too much over the asking price. I know that both of my examples, they cost money. You have to have cash to do it. So I don't want to depress you. There is something else you can do. It doesn't cost any money, but I do want you to be aware there can be some fair housing issues, so be careful what you write. But writing a letter to the seller, to the homeowner, it does work. They want to know you love their home. So write that letter and write about the home and what you love about it. It's an emotional transaction selling your house. And when you're dealing with all this drama, it's really nice to feel like you connect to the person that may be living in your home. And as far as what not to do, believe it or not, yesterday I had an agent call me and said, my buyer's lost out on a couple homes, but is it okay if I just write a letter of intent? No, it's not. Do your job. Don't let your realtors try to shortcut you because they're tired of writing offers. You need that offer written correctly. You need every name filled in, every I dotted, every T crossed. You want to present your best foot forward and show that you're dealing with someone professional, because the listing agent on the other side wants to deal with someone that is professional, that knows what they're doing. So no shortcuts. Don't let your realtor do it. Make sure you do it right. And if you need any help on anything I said today, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Call, email, text. I know it's tough out there. I love to help people. So please don't hesitate. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Bye.